Hey Nintendo fans, we have got some breaking news, and honestly, it's not great if you're in the US. The Nintendo Switch 2 might be facing a major issue before it even hits store shelves, and it's all because of one thing: tariffs. Yep, we are talking international politics messing with our gaming again. So what's actually going on? Former President Donald Trump recently announced a wave of new tariffs on imported goods from countries like China, Vietnam, and Cambodia, which just happen to be the countries where Nintendo manufactures most of its hardware. That means your shiny new Switch 2 could suddenly become a lot more expensive to import into the US. Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser spoke to Wired and confirmed that they are actively assessing the situation. And when you hear the numbers, it is no wonder. 46% tariff on imports from Vietnam, 49% on Cambodia, and 54% on China. That is half the cost of the console just in import fees. So what is Nintendo gonna do about it? Bowser says they are already looking at ways to diversify manufacturing. In other words, they may start making the Switch 2 in new locations to dodge the huge import taxes. That could mean new factories, new supply chains, and possibly slower production at launch. Nintendo's already done something similar before. They shifted some manufacturing from China to Vietnam during the original Switch era to deal with earlier tariff threats. So this is not their first rodeo, but it is still a logistical nightmare. Now, here is the twist. Nintendo says the $449.99 price tag for the Switch 2 doesn't include any tariff costs. That price was based on the redesigned hardware, better specs, and a focus on longevity. Nintendo wants this thing to last a long time. But if the tariffs go through and Nintendo doesn't adjust quickly, you could be looking at $500 plus just to buy the base system in the US. And get this, pre-orders for the Switch 2 were delayed in the US shortly after the tariffs were announced. Coincidence? I don't think so. It is not just the console either. Tariffs could also impact the price of physical games, especially cartridges made overseas, then Joy-Cons and Pro controllers. Docks, chargers, and other accessories. We could be entering an era where buying Nintendo gear in the US becomes more expensive across the board. What does this mean for you, the gamer? Will Switch 2 be harder to find in the US at launch? Could prices go up at the last second? Are we looking at limited stock or worse, delays? It is still early, but this could seriously shake up Nintendo's US launch plans. They need to act fast because fans are going to be happy if they're paying more than the rest of the world for the same console. So now, I want to hear from you. Would you still buy the Switch 2 if it costs $500 or more? Should Nintendo move production to avoid the tariffs? And how much is too much for a Nintendo console? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I am replying to as many as I can, like if you think this is a bad move for US gamers. Subscribe for more Nintendo Switch 2 news, leaks, and updates. We have got a lot coming. And if you want to help support the channel during this crazy launch season, please consider leaving a super thanks. Every bit helps and means the world. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because the story is just getting started.